The Batwa, one of Uganda's few remaining indigenous tribes, have for centuries lived in the Bwindi forest, relying on it not only as a home, but also a source of food and medicine. However, their traditional way of life has steadily declined following displacement from the forest and widespread destruction of its natural cover. Bwindi and its surrounding communities are internationally recognized for being home to the famous mountain gorillas, a cornerstone of Uganda's tourism. Yet the Batwa were the original custodians of the forest and its wildlife, playing a central role in conserving the gorilla habitat long before it became a national attraction. Despite these challenges, the Batwa in Ihamba community at the Bwindi conservation area are now spearheading efforts to restore their environment.
The planting of trees was one thing that was inspired by the Batwa people who lived like years back in the forests. And also personally, I believe that the future of our forests is our responsibility, and it is us to take on that responsibility because we understand our forests better.
Through the Change a Life initiative, the community is replanting indigenous tree species to boost biodiversity and revive the natural ecosystem.
Ecological restoration means we have to plant the indigenous of Uganda, and also we want to improve on the biodiversity and create a wider habitat for the animals.
With poor waste disposal increasingly threatening conservation zones, the Batwa and their partners are also engaging in cleanup campaigns to protect the integrity of the area.
Our community here, first of all, they have animals that they feed, and also in most cases, when this plastic comes into the community, they don't have a disposable area, they don't have right measures of disposal. All this plastic ends up coming back into the forests. So if we are restoring the forest, we have to make sure that we solve the problems that can cause problems for wildlife in future. That is allowing plastic to come into the areas where we are restoring.
For the Batwa community, reclaiming their forest through indigenous tree planting is not just about conservation. It's about safeguarding a culture, a livelihood, and a heritage deeply tied to the heart of Bwindi. I'm Bwindi at Ruhija Gorilla Tracking Sector at Bwindi Impenetrable National Park.